Hey there, guys. So we've reached a milestone on this YouTube channel of mine. I'm just over 500 subscribers now. I just got an email notification yesterday on YouTube. So big thank you to everybody that's watched my crazy nonsense over the past 2 years. Everything from the boast journey at the beginning there to the KEF journey, which, as you can see, you know, it was on pause for a little while, and then a friend of mine lent me these KEF R3s to kind of break in for him for a little while. Not Ron, it's another friend of the Arizona Audio Video Club. So I've been listening to these guys for the last few days. Not really taking a pause on the open baffle stuff. I been putting some lipstick on the pigs, basically. Doubled up the wall thickness of the open baffle subsection, added some molding and things like that, covered up a lot of the ugliness. So the sidewalls are now 1.5 inches thick. Basically two sections of birch plywood with no voids sandwiched together. And it's pretty dense. I haven't fired them up again in the last few days because these guys. I did get my replacement GRS planar tweeters from Parts Express last week. So I'm going to be installing those very soon. Putting the finishing touches on the speakers, but my friend Ben from the Arizona Audio Video Club, he lent me these, and these are definitely one step beyond the LS50, whether it's the Meta or the old LS50, and we're talking bass extension. I can easily hit 40 hertz in this room. I know I've got a 60 hertz no in the room, which Ben helped me dial these things in a couple of days ago. So using mini DSP, I put a very high Q filter in and basically put a flat curve, so to speak, except at 60 hertz where I bumped it, I think about 10 or 15 dB, something like that. Maybe I'll throw the screenshot up within the video there if I remember. So that kind of helped eliminate the room null. Again, yeah, the right way to do it is room treatment, but right now that's not in my budget. So again, getting back to me and my tangents, getting back to the bass extension, really nice bass out of these things. Not boomy, not tubby whatsoever. And the way I've got it ran right now is I've got the AudioQuest Rocket 33s feeding the UniQ drivers. I've got SVS speaker cable feeding the woofer section, and basically the levels, everything's gain matched as as per the room, I guess you could say. I use the mini DSP to dial in the bass level of the woofers, obviously, and then I've got the bat preamp and the DAC here for the top section. It works really well. There's no boom there's no room boom to start with, and excellent imaging, soundstage, front to back depth. It's all there. I was just listening to a Art Pepper mono DSD that I downloaded from High Definition Tape Transfers the other day when they had their 25% off flash sale. You forget that the recording's in mono. You just sit there, you listen to it, you enjoy the music, and that's what it's all about. Any other kind of regular stereo recordings, that I've been putting these things through the paces with, vocals are smack dab in the middle, whether it's female vocals, right? Any male vocals, things like that. Acoustic guitar, beautiful spread, throughout the stereo imaging. So they do everything that the LS50 does, but they go down an extra octave easily. And They don't struggle whatsoever. And I know Ben is selling these things. I'm not going to say what the price is. I unfortunately right now it's above my, it's a little rich for my blood right now, because I got just so much stuff going on, and I really want to get these open baffles up and running and basically presentable physically. They're heavy as hell now though. Now that I've doubled the wall thickness of the base section. So what I am going to do though is, even though it's two different types of cabinet designs, where this is a ported box and those are open baffle, I'm going to use these guys to voice how the open baffles sound. Again, they're not going to. I'm not going to get KEF R3 sound quality out of the open baffle setup here, but at least I'll get a good idea with these guys what I should be aiming for with respect to mid-range transition to the tweeters, mid-bass transition to the mid-range, and then down into the depths where I'm hoping to be able to hit 30 hertz in this room. Before I thickened up the walls on the open baffle stuff, I was able to hear the 20 hertz and 30 hertz tones, but it was nasty. It was just a lot of vibration. Cabinets weren't damped properly. I've still got to put some foam in and around the woofer shelves so that work will get done. But again, getting back to the R3s, another thing that my friend Ben asked me to do when we were doing some evaluation and dialing these guys in. So I've had these Class D Ice Power AS1000 ASP amps. I think they are from Parts Express. Any technical issues, Parts Express has been awesome with RMAing them. Well, I've never ran these things full range. I've always used them as a sub amp. So Ben was curious to see how these things would sound through the R3s, and okay. So I basically just ran a flat, since I've got the mini DSP in line with the Class D amps, I wasn't going to go tearing things down. So I said, okay, well, I'll go into the mini DSP, just default everything, so that it's a flat, 0 dB line from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, right? And then the bat preamp obviously always feeds this guy anyways, right? It was fantastic. Both Ben and I were like, we forgot these are Class D amps we were listening to. So when people start shitting on Class D amps, like I did that video a couple of years ago, or the whole Stop the Hate series, which kind of started and stopped real quick. Class D is amazing if it's configured properly. Whether it's one of Darren Meyer's designed M1200s with the tube input stages, right? Or if it's, a bat preamp with the 86H30s inside, feeding this guy. I was having second thoughts about, why did I buy this tube amp, right? And we listened to a few tracks, and then we went back and flipped back over to the tube amps and all this. And what I noticed was the tube amp had a little more space around it, I guess you could say, than the Class D amp. But we're basically pulling hairs here, and it just, how can I say this right? The tubes will always sound better to my ears, but what we heard that day with the Class D amps, once again, basically ensured my faith in why I'm a firm believer in the Class D amplifiers. It was like top end extension was there. There was no harshness. There was no brittleness. And I think we can attest all that to this guy here. Whereas if I would have ran the PS Audio DAC directly into this guy, which we didn't try, I think the mileage may have varied in that case. I may try it one day for fun, but honestly, I'm not getting rid of this guy anytime soon, and definitely not getting rid of these guys. And but yeah, I mean, I'll make that's basically all I got to say about these. I mean, Sean at Stereo Fidelity's reviewed these. I know Steve Gutenberg's did a review of these a few years back, and you can reference those videos because everything they said I agree with. You know, the big thing is with these guys is you get that extra octave, you know, and it doesn't fight to get down there, because the fact that I can get 40 hertz in the room and they claim down to 30 hertz, which I don't know. You know, and again, we've watched movies with these speakers, obviously regular TV. I'm listening to my regular music, and because I've only put, I added some gain at the 60 hertz level, but nowhere else, you know, they're not boomy whatsoever, as I mentioned before. So that's really my take on the KEF R3s. Hope you enjoyed the video, and again, guys, thank you very much. You know, hitting that 500 mark plateau, it's a big deal, because again, I do this channel for my own fun. Hopefully I try not to bore you guys, and basically from the feedback I've been getting, you know, I'm getting new subscribers in all the time. You know, people have been really encouraging, and the fact that I don't have 5,000 subscribers or 50,000 subscribers, it helps me keep things more personal. You know, whether it's somebody that needs some KEF parts that I can get rid of, or somebody would ask me about the I2S adapters here and how to configure it, you know, things like that, or any, you know, Bose questions that are out there. It's great. I mean, you guys have all been really encouraging, you know, with the comment section. You know, very rarely do I see any kind of spam come up. Sometimes I do get hit with spam every now and then, and I usually delete it and I report it to YouTube, and that spam usually never comes back. You know, shout out to the Arizona Audio Video Club guys, where, you know, they'll lend me stuff that I can listen to for a little while. Another shout out to Ron Bernay there. He's been, you know, huge, you know, to quote your ex-president. You know, between lending me the Denafrips Terminator last year, to the KEF LS50 Metas, the Triangle Bro 3s, the ELAC Unified 2.0s, which again, as I mentioned to you guys before, didn't work in my room. You know, nothing against the speakers, it's my room, it just didn't. And then I also found out later on that I guess Andrew Jones had designed those to be mounted closer to the walls, right? So I'd never really tried that, so to be fair, you know. And really, guys, that's all I got for tonight. No rants this week, no jaded audiophile stuff. I just want to keep everything positive this week, and you know, can't wait to fire up the open baffles, but I'm just having a lot of fun with these guys right now. Take care, have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, bye.